What is audio, right?
Nine teams will move on. Apart from the 20 coming from Team Singapore here, are they going for a much more traditional route on the Zap?
Not ready yet.
That so, for me, this is definitely how we.
Future tournaments.
Yeah,
You shot your shot, you missed.
Not especially very hard, right? Because
Yeah.
they have a lot, so able to carry the entire team.
do see Maestro Nui early being locked away, and that's the Guan Yu that you've mentioned here alongside with the Dolia here. I like the Yu Huan here being picked up by Team India. They definitely are learning a thing or two coming in against their match from Vietnam.
Yeah, and that was, I like it how you're referring that to that series, because it was almost like trauma in a way, because Ling Von from that mid lane was able to just absolutely dominate on the Yuan here. He's just done such a great job that he's actually influenced the India squad to pick it up themselves.
Or maybe inspired. The fact that they're trying out Yuhuan right now, probably gonna be good if they can actually execute as well as what Vietnam did. Chano and Zhang Fei is gonna be a very good pick as well, because we've seen a lot of Zhang Fei's has been picked. The win rate is
Hold on,
still
guys.
very high for this hero. Having Chano to secure the late game is actually quite good.
Yeah, it's a very comfortable 1-2 pick here. I would say arguably one of the best 1-2s here, considering the fact that heroes like the Guan Yu has been removed from the pool. So if you do give Bajrol enough time to scale on that channel, that could be a very, very late game monster here. But coming to the side of India's draft here, since this Yu Huan has been picked and a Liempo has been picked, likely Harsh will be on hands on that Yu Huan later on in the mid lane.
Yeah, makes a little bit of sense right there, right? I think that setting it up for that mid lane, I think that you're able to kind of, again, just soften up the enemy team, and then you have that sustain to kind of outget them. So the other side, you're kind of looking at is like, okay, we need itemized, we need venomous staff, we need some way to, again, just limit the healing that he brings, because he just has so much sustain.
I agree. Itemization is very important going up against Yuhuan, especially. So they need to reduce that healing coming from Yuhuan. They need to apply Imperil effect. Also, they do have Charlotte in their hands. This is gonna be quite interesting for Charlotte. Is this Charlotte gonna be building towards Blazing Cape to apply that towards Yuhuan? That might be also useful.
Yeah, that could be like one of the fourth or fifth item options here coming in from the Charlotte here after the X of Torment, Pure Sky, and the items I was actually like Frostguard Embrace, right? After he finishes those up. But coming into the bans here, I do want to favor out Kazakhstan's here. Their direction is very simple. Ban away any form of direct engage that could hurt Budroll in the backline.
Okay,
And if we're
it's
looking at
a
this game, I mean,
it's a
there's got to
match
be a
of
lot of pressure on
day
India.
two,
I mean, you
guys.
drop one
So I
against
quite
Vietnam,
late.
clearly the favorites of the group, but
So
almost in the
let's
second
support our
game,
India here.
it's
This kind
not
of
like
analyzing
you're
match, analyzing
completely
skill, you can say.
eliminated, but being down 0-2 would be a terrible spot
If
for
you
them.
will
So
be subscribed to
India,
sir and comment
dare I
this
say, this is must win for them. Kazakhstan, obviously,
or
this is just
download
the
link in
first one, so
description
they
below.
have that a
You can
little bit of room
download.
to
It's okay
maneuver
for me.
around. But when you have Vietnam waiting in the wings, I
That
think
link,
you're also looking at this one as, again,
like the
a must
stream
win here.
and
I agree.
subscribe
They
to
really need
channel
to
because
secure
it's a
the
great.
second place spot if they'd like to be much more comfortable and don't have to go through too much of the matches going up into this qualifier. Having Heino in their hand is also very good for Kazakhstan, trying to poke as much as possible. But look at this pick coming from India.
I like it. The delivery system on the Hansen Liubang combo here, accessing the backline, finding the channel. As long as they can get the channel, that's going to be an increase in win percentage coming from India because that's going to be a very big
I
quick
think
move from the back
Mastermind
of
they should pick
Kazakhstan,
for one match
locking
at
in
least.
that
And I don't know
Nuzak
what
as
happened.
the
Some
jungler
people
here
have
coming
heard.
in
I mean,
from
obviously,
the Qualifier
Mastermind
pick.
is
And this
not a
Nuzak has
competitive.
not been
You
revamped
know,
yet as we are referencing towards the
according to my
season 13 patch
knowledge,
here.
that was
A
not
little
good
bit of a
enough
different
to compete
Niva in that
effectively
sense, but
matches.
still ways to kind of, be a little bit mobile, be that guy that you want to kind of get to the potential back line because, if you're looking at the Hanshin, the Liu Bang, I mean, that delivery service, tough not to crack, so to speak.
Yeah, Hanshin and Liu Bang is a very good surprise pick as well. The fact that they have Liampo is going to be using Tribal Smash, diving towards the back line of Kazakhstan. I'm pretty sure Liu Bang is going to be jumping onto him.
This is going to be a super important match, as Holler stated here. India, one more step, they can equalize this series. Or will Kazakhstan find their first win here coming in their first match ever in 2026 Asian Games qualifier?
Thank you so much, Saki. As we go into this one, the fourth series of the day, the first game, of course, we're going to be into this one. India, Kazakhstan, both of these squads. I mean, this has got to be for everything. It's going to be a lot of aggressiveness to ensure that they make the statement in game one.
Yep, it's very important at this point of the stage because they really need to secure as much points as possible. Sunkar doing a very early opening vision up to the front. We still have Akshaj in front trying to help out with Erin down
Like
below.
the stream, guys.
Now, if you're looking at the bottom lane, Bakshol, of course, as well as Sunkar, like these are guys that kind of need to solidify the bottom lane, right? Harsh is going to be annoying. He's going to be looking to rotate. And again, it's about the Firehawk. The first time, who's going to get that slight advantage as they go into this game?
Seems like it's gonna be given to Ayush. Very accurate timing from the first kill that she just used right there. But also still having Akshaj right in front, trying to help them steal the jungle again. It's all about the resource gameplay at this point. At the same time, we're still waiting for Aino, who's using Hanshin, trying to do fast rotations. Or are they going to try to take the Charlotte down? It seems like they're not.
I think whenever we see the Hanshin, especially on the global stage, Rock comes to mind because he definitely mains this hero when he's given that opportunity. He does a
Rock,
great
yeah.
job with it, but generally his playstyle is to be completely off the map, just constantly farm, get to the Super Saiyan mode where you're able to just take down everybody, and but it's usually mid to late game when he kind of comes online.
So, and we can see Ayush is still down here alone without needing the help of the roamer from India side. But it seems like it's better that way so that it gives a lot of space for Akshaz to actually help Harsh at the mid lane and do rotations, maybe towards Clash lane even. But now they're so focused around the Tyrant area, even though it's not 4 minutes yet.
Yeah, you can't go too far from the mid lane, especially when the creeps are going to just clash in the mid like this. So you want to obviously push it out, create a little bit of space before you go, and then that locks down Arshin because he has to deal with that minion wave, and now the rotation is happening. You're seeing them kind of make their way at least to the southern side of this river here.
I love what's being done by both sides of the Roma. Both of them are very aggressively checking each other out, checking where are they rotating towards to, so that the team have a preemptive idea of where they have to go after clearing their lanes.
Yeah, and taking things away, being aggressive, contesting, right? Making things a little uncomfortable where not everything is free. That's kind of what you want to do. And in the fight in the mid lane, they're doing a little bit of work on this one. He's deciding to go on in, does a little bit of work, but with Fate Rewind just negating most of this. Unkar needs to be careful. The Tremor Smash is real, though, as two men get there, and Arshin is just going to scepter them away.
The Spears, though, really trying to help out with the team, forcing India to disengage away from that team fight. Harsh trying his best to steal the camp, but it did not work because the damage is still not there for now. The amount of gold for both sides of the team is quite close, Holler. It seems like we're gonna have a very good game between the two.
Okay, we have not seen a long Tempest Dragon game. This is probably one where I think the series, where it's probably going to happen, if anything, today, because I mean we saw some of the shortest games today.
True, that's true. Uh, Maybe the shortest game and the longest game within one day would be quite nice too, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I
But
mean, yeah, it definitely could potentially happen. Ino is doing a little bit of work here as well, just kind of just dancing around. Ashen gets a little bit low. The Umbrella Outburst is going to be used, not really hitting the right way. It went the wrong way in that sense, but they're able to retreat off of it. But now they actually go back. Marpot continuing on the Stampede. They're not looking to give this up, and eventually they will.
and Aino actually managed to dash back. Maybe he was trying to aim for Aino, but Umbrella was actually missed because Aino was so quick with the dashes that he has. And it seems like both sides of the team are gonna try to prepare for the Tyrant right now. The Tyrant is still untouched, but it seems like Marapa is trying to settle down with his Azure Golem first.
Yeah, the Spike Tail before anything else. The Tyrant could be started, but look at Ino. He's definitely waiting in the wings. He wants it to go a little bit lower before he potentially goes in. Tyrant is like, who dares wake me up?
Who dares come here? Three people are still down here. They're not gonna try to force the Tyrant just yet. I know they're still gonna be quite busy trying to clear the minion in the mid lane, but it seems like Ayu's gonna go all out trying to destroy this tower as fast as he can.
That's a lot of damage. It's already at half life. I mean, chipping away, you know, I mean, essentially for free, getting on out. No punishment was had, and now Kazakhstan, they're going to start the Tyrant here.
Very interesting. Arshin has already bought the Holy Grail, so he's gonna be having a lot of mana, and he's gonna be able to spam a lot of his skill set. Is this gonna be stolen? No, it's not, because Akshash is not holding any smite.
Yeah, Marapet that did have the smite ready on standby, so that's a huge win for them. I mean, this net worth, it's just going to eventually rise up because of the damage buff, right? That's the biggest piece when you're able to farm a little bit more. But Arshin getting a little bit low. The Fate Rewind, he's playing with my heart as he eventually gets back to safety.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of that with Arshin because his Fate Rewind is always online. Having that Holy Grail, he's gonna be able to use that ultimate quite a lot with the 20% cooldown reduction.
Yeah, it will be huge for him. I mean, anytime he can kind of just reverse all of that, he can be aggressive, and that's kind of what you want from the Hano. But Ashish taking a little bit of damage in that top lane. So this is also one where, yeah, the skirmishing are happening. Ashish is just staying alive, but he can come into the fight at a moment's notice with that battlefield command.
True, and we do know that Battlefield Command is quite instant. It also gives a lot of shield to whoever he's arriving to, which also gives a lot of protection to the teammate. So as of now, in terms of economy, the goal is exactly the same for both sides of the team. Where it seems like they're gonna try to get Bajol. Bajol is still okay, and Blazing Cape has been bought by Nejat. It's gonna reduce a lot of health recovery coming from Kazakhstan.
Yeah, huge, especially when you see Harsh on the other end. But the Umbrella Outburst actually just gets barely the tip. The Trevor Smash in return. Three members are stunned up, and it looks like he's been locked in. The Battlefield Command will be used as well, and they kind of go on. The favorite wind on back, but Sunkar have been taken down.
A very quick war, but definitely Sunkar managed to run away, but he actually went down. Actually, I was trying to say is that Archin actually managed to run away using that Fate Rewind. A very quick skill set used by him. Very smart from both sides not to overcommit because they might have lost the entire team if they actually overextend their positionings.
Yeah, but a very risky play, right? I mean, I think that you're diving the bottom T1, looking for a potential kill, and if things go south, I mean, you're actually going to pay with your life, and Sunkar did.
I know. I know it's very
Oh, no. It looks like Skyfall right on top of this, finding at least Einol. He actually dodges most of this, fighting 1 versus 2, not scared whatsoever, and that's what you want to see out of your Hanshin player.
It seems like he's extremely comfortable with what's going on in front of him. Even though there's two people, he can still go in and make sure that he deals a good amount of damage for sure. But at the same time, Ashi is still down there and they're gonna try to get this damage.
Yeah, Arshin, he's going to be using his Fate Rewind. He's under the tower, though. He's going to use the Healing Dew. The Burst Rams are not enough. Arshin doing a little bit of work on him. He says, how dare you dive my tower? This is my home, and he will stay alive.
Get out of my lawn!
You darn kids.
It's they're still trying to give a lot of focus towards the mid tower. The Azure Golem, yeah, is gonna be taken by Marapat for sure without any problem whatsoever. It seems like both sides of the team is not playing too aggressively. They're very conservative, but Ainul has been trying to take more risk.
Yeah, Yeah, as he should, right? Because you have that mobility to get yourself out. Plus, you have Ashish coming in with the battlefield command. You have options, right?
Oh,
You
that's
have that get out of jail free card, although it doesn't work at most jails, some jails, if you will. But it looks like Arshan doing a little bit of work here. They're going to skirmish here. The Umbrella Outburst is going to do some work. The Fate Rewind on back, and Aino is going to be picked off. And Akshash is getting a little bit low. He's getting sceptered down. He's getting whittled. He
Oh,
does
it's good.
fall in the end. Sunkar, he too will walk away.
a very good team fight coming up from the Kazakhstan. They do have lesser
So
gold though,
Candy, how he
but they
running
still managed to pull
almost
this off very,
less
very well. Coming from
already
Sunkar with the Unbridled Outbursts, I
at
feel like
DM in that
the timing that he chose to use that is very
confidently we
smart.
have to play
And
more
it's
better.
one where you're trying to bait out Arshin's favor rewind. He barely gets away. He will recall on back, but
Yeah.
it's one where if you don't have enough burst, he's just going to heal everything up. So you got to get out of there. So like when you're going in, it's like a little bit a tit and tat, so to speak, of poking. But they're going in with that Skyfall. Marpet is on the run, and yet another kill goes the way of Kazakhstan.
A little bit late with the unending sorrow. He could have healed Ayush just now, but he was quite confident that they could survive. But then again, Bajol came in jumping with the channel, managing that damage, which is quite a lot from the
Still
beginning.
ID
Yeah,
final
Harsh
जैसे
is
बाहर
not only using the unending sorrow to save myself, but
MPL
oh
ID
my lord.
MPL ID का
A
तो
little
बहुत
harsh
ध्यान
if you
रखते
will.
कंपटीशन में
Daddy, oh, no, okay.
Little harsh.
वो तो देखना ही है रात
Harsh
को आएगा तो
Al.
देख
Okay.
ही रहा हमने
All right, but the bottom lane, Harsh going down. I guess he should
our
have
players
healed
are
his
the
buddy
players
before he
sorry
spent it, but
playing
he
in
too
the
will fall. And it
and
looks like Kazakhstan are finding their groove, putting that pressure on, up about
I
1K,
have to see
doing
the
everything right thus far.
Kazakhstan
We can really
most of
hear
the
the
top
voices of the players shouting out on the
opponent
stage,
for
trying to
India
read the
on
comms.
Oh, they're
the
looking to go. The burst round, the tremor smash is going to do a little bit of work. The return fire, the umbrella outburst.
right
Can they get anything? The battlefield command is also going to be committed, but it looks like they're just going to retreat off of that. They lost the
single life
T1 mid,
double tap
though.
on stream guys and like
Insane amount
stream
of damage coming from them. With the
देखेंगे
Unbridled
वो वाला
Outburst,
तो
they
वो
managed to
तो वो वाला तो
disengage,
अलग
but
बात
they
है
still lose one hero. But no problems to them. They're gonna try to get the Tyrant at this point. But it seems like I know he's very aggressively trying to check through the front line. Is he gonna lose this Tyrant?
Yeah, nothing for free, but Einol takes that one out. You've got the smite, you've got that advantage. When you had the man advantage, you need to ensure you take a big neutral, and India did. The
अपने एशियन गेम
Very good
रोस्टर पे
spear
है ना
coming from Arshin. Arshin is still right in front, but because he's
अरे
right there
साले
trying to take the
डार्क
damage, I know it's gonna be smashed.
Yeah, the Skyfall going in. Einol, though, he's going to dodge most of this. The Battlefield Command on top of him as he gets on out. Einol with those dashes. Really smart play by using that Battlefield Command to just springboard him on out.
Also providing extra security in case something happens to him. A very nice spear has been thrown away. Remember, the more stacks that you put onto different units is gonna stack onto the hero if it passes through towards that specific hero. So it's gonna be very dangerous for anyone who's gonna be facing
डार्क है
him
क्या
right
डार्क
in
कैन यू
front. Now
शेयर द
Sunkar
स्ट्रीम
gonna be helping his teammate, trying to get the Crimson Golem. No problem.
Oh, they're going to chase. Ayush not able to get away. Voxel making sure he gets, pays with his life for even trying to walk on out. Kazakhstan with a man advantage. Now they're going to put pressure on this mid T2. Kazakhstan finding opportunities to, again, take control of this game.
But this is very interesting on how Ainul is very busy up top. He's really trying to get a lot of objectives on his
অন
own,
হচ্ছে ঠিক
and
আছে
Ali Khan has been forced to be sent
2 ঘন্টার
back,
মধ্যে আশা করি হয়ে যাবে
reducing the resources of Kazakhstan to 4 heroes only in front because of the work of Ainul.
Yeah, so when we saw the earlier games in this series, we kind of saw just how teams were able to win close games out. This is a way also to play a losing game.
True.
I know they're able to just constantly push, putting that and taking down that top T2. Very smart. That's how you want to take advantage of that space.
I think it's a very good decision, but it seems like they're trying to get one damage here, but it's not enough towards Arshin. I feel that it's a very smart decision making by them because they do know they cannot win team fights, so they send him to the side lanes instead.
Yeah, and that's what you need, right? Even with Ayush down, it's like, okay, I know, all right, fine, I'll just take the top lane. And somebody has to rotate, somebody has to deal with that, so you've got the man advantage, and now they find Ashish, he gets on the battlefield command, but at what cost? They're going to continue the chase. It's on into the brush, if you will. Bakshal is doing some work. The Umbrella Outburst only connecting onto one with that Stampede. Here comes the Skyfall, but he's not going to hit anything. The Fate Rewind twine. He's going to reverse most of this, but the tremor smash is real by Akshaj, but they're
Holy
not able to
shit.
find anything else. They've got the Vanguards. They're going to take the bottom T2.
A very good tremor smash coming from Akshaj, managing them to disengage very cleanly away, or else his teammates
I
would
could
have
have
went
taken
down very quickly right
the
there. Very good team play from India as well, but Kazakhstan is really steamrolling, trying to get the tier 2 towers from
I
all
didn't
lanes
even like it,
possible.
I
to
love the
be
way that they're
honest.
moving, right? They're moving together and they're moving with purpose and they're fighting 1 versus 2. Einl just doing a little bit of work. Finally takes down Arshin. He says, "How you'll come back from that one, my friend."
Marapat managed to run away. Ali Khan is still in the vicinity, but
I
they still have to
can't.
manage the lanes right now. All the vanguards are in front of their house. They need to destroy these dragons quickly so that they can continue farming in their own resources. 1,000 gold difference, even though so many towers have been destroyed by Kazakhstan.
Yeah, and I mean, it kind of started with just like I would say Arshil, like just how he's able to, Arshin, excuse me, just able to constantly push. And here comes the battlefield command on to two. Bakshal is going to be taken down. Einl doing a little bit of work on the side. He's going to be chased on here. The umbrella outburst, everything being thrown at him as he's finally shut down.
Is that a waste or not? That is the question. They're still trying to chase one person, but the tower is going to be the main objective for India. Charlo is still fighting. Ali Khan is trying to chase Ashish. Ashish is going to go down.
Yeah, they find him on the side. They actually were able to isolate him. They
Bro,
got the one-on-one. It was a little too low for this one. And now they're on the run. They're going to be chased. They get knocked up. Can they get any more? Akshaj is not really the target, but I think they might well go on top of him. But the burst ramp, he barely gets on out. Ooh, that was close.
Might as well try to get Akshay, but he still managed to run away with a lot of amount of dash coming from the Liampo. I still feel that India is still on the right track. They're still trying their best, and I'm pretty sure that the damage output from them is enough if they actually join the team fight properly and accordingly in sequence. Or else, it's gonna be quite problematic when they keep on getting captured one by one.
Yeah, the Tyrant here going to be picked up here. But to your point, India's still in this one. They are, like far from losing this one because the net worth is very close. The only thing is that they're down towers. That mid T1 is a bit of a problem for India. They need to get some sort of team fight win before they start taking them down.
Yeah, we can see on how Marapat is still behind in the mid lane. He's scanning everyone using his ultimate. He's still waiting for the moment because Skyfall is going to be used to fly in to in the right moment, especially because he needs to join the team fight very soon. Also, Ali Khan is doing the job of Aino right now. He's trying to split at the bottom lane. This is going to be giving a bit of a headache to Ashish, but Ashish has better to command.
Oh, leader stands the umbrella uppers, just barely taking him off. Einl thought he could outmaneuver that one, but instead he got smashed. Top T3 is down. They're going to continue on. The unending sorrow. Just a little bit of heals. Nice tremor smash in return, but at what cost? They're not able to find any sort of pick. Ashish is there as well, but he's going to deal with the wolves. Kazakhstan not able to find anything or a way to end it just yet.
They tried to end, but they cannot because a lot of them are still alive. They have to focus on the
I
towers
don't
right
know. They
now.
should
There's
change
still
that
the tier
hero.
3 tower on the mid lane and the bottom lane. Overall, it's going to be focused by the Kazakhstan. It seems like there's nothing India can do about that with Ainul not responding yet.
Yeah, but they've opened up a huge gap in the defense, right? The
Exactly.
top lane will constantly push. Now they've got the Overlord. That's going to be a bit of a problem here. India reeling right now. Yes, they were close, but man, Kazakhstan are finding ways to just close this game out.
Pretty sure the Overlord Vanguard is going to be spawned towards the bottom lane for them to be focusing on the top lane if they want to. But it seems like the Crimson Golem has been taken by Ayush. This is going to be good news for them because they're not losing too much resources after that skirmish that happened just now.
Look at how Aino is just split pushing. He's going back into the lane, just trying to get him as much farm as possible. He's done a great job of ensuring that they don't fall too far behind. He is pretty much your win condition. If we're talking about net worth, he's up about 2K over Marpot, right? So he's done a great job literally trying to carry this team to victory.
Yeah, this is actually quite a lot. But remember how many times Kazakhstan has to waste a lot of ultimates just for Ainul? Remember on how Sukar has to use his ultimate?
Oh,
But
they
this
decide
might
to
happen.
go in. They find the pick on Bakshol just like that. He's been
Holy
taken out,
shit.
and it looks like the power station is going to be used as well. Kazakhstan is on the run, and they're trying to go in forward for this, but at what cost? The umbrella uppers is now going to be used just to push them back, but India found the pickup that they wanted. They've gotten Bakshol.
I know he's still at the back. He's trying his best to destroy the vanguards as fast as they can. This is gonna be a big problem because the wave management, the dragons are gonna be pushing all the minions by themselves. But three of them are trying to get the tier one tower in the mid lane.
Yeah, India need to prioritize that top lane, ensuring that they just don't GG end, right, with these vanguards that are
Yeah.
constantly pushing. So you fix it out, you push it past the river before you can make any sort of gank attempt or movement across this map.
Looking at this damage dealt ranking from Ayush is actually quite a
They're
lot
doing
from
well,
him.
like.
He is trying to deal a lot of damage with the Laurel Bloom, the ultimate with the magical damage. I think the one who's tanking all of that up is Akshaj because he's always up front trying to save his team from certain misery.
Yeah, and he goes in yet again. The burst ram is going to do a little bit of work here, but I mean, it's pretty much off of those two guys, Ainul and Ayush. They've been actually keeping them in the game. If they weren't top tier in terms of the damage, they probably would have lost already.
I agree. I very much agree with that. Ainul needs to be focusing on distracting the entire team. Kazakhstan are looking into trying to get the Tyrant, but do they know that Ainul is nearby? He's
Oh,
checking
they're
the
going to spot it out. You have got to check the brushes here. Sunkar is going to be there. It's getting a little bit low. They decide to go in, but he gets the steal. I
Oh,
know with this fight. And now they're going to be chased. The Umbrella Outburst is going to do a little bit of work. You have to use the Unending Sorrow. It's an all-out retreat. Harsh is just trying to stay alive. The Trevor Smash, he's
they are
going to
doing very
sacrifice
well,
his life
bro.
for the greater good.
Oh, he's alive.
Akshaj, he will survive as well. And somehow off of that steal, and you're checking the top lane and the mid, both of them are pushing.
Oh, they're really trying to defend their base now. They have to do something because Ashish is still busy up top. And look at how Aino is trying to distract them from going top. He's trying to steal the blue buff with no problem whatsoever, but Ali Khan is out. He's trying to run away. He still have Battlefield Command to
Ali
run away
Khan.
with his ult if he wants to.
Yeah, it's
Very
so
nice.
smart. Really well played there by India. I mean, I know getting that steal and then instantly Ashish just pushing the top lane, taking advantage of all that space because they were so bloodthirsty. They were chasing after them. They lost sight of the objectives.
Look at how Akshash and Harsh trying to give some space for Ayush trying to destroy the bottom tower with no problem whatsoever. You jinxed it, Holler. You said so. Tempest is coming in 25 seconds.
I knew that it was going to happen. This is going to be one of those games where both of these two teams are so like they're close,
Right?
right? In terms of skill level, everything that you want. We knew it was going to be drama, and we've got it here.
True, and it's gonna be very interesting on how we have a Hanshin played by Ainul right now. Ainul's gonna try to secure his blue buff, but it did not manage to work. The Armor Double has been used.
Yeah, he's going to be chased here. He's got Sage's Sanctuary. That will be popped if you want to go. The Stampede on top. The Battlefield Command is going to be committed as well. And he
Oh.
just barely stays alive. Ashish was there for the
Holy
perfect
shit.
clutch save.
Saved by
बढ़िया
Ashish.
clutch.
And they can still focus on Tempest right now. We still know that Marapat does have his
बढ़िया. I
Skyfall.
mean, this is the
He can
toughest
fly
game. Better
anywhere to
than
help his
tomorrow,
teammate if he
yesterday.
needs to. But it seems like India cannot focus on distracting them because Tempest has already started.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
start here. The top lane is a potential game ender. They're
Uh-oh.
not actually
Uh-oh.
watching this. They might have lost sight of the ball, but Kazakhstan are going to force the Tempest Dragon. The Crystal is under siege as well, and it looks like Alihan is not
Oh,
even there.
nice.
They find Sonkar. That's going to be a great win for them. The Tempest Dragon is getting very low. Who's going to take this one out?
Oh,
Sonkar gets the steal on the Tempest
holy
Dragon,
shit.
but the base is a problem. They find Idol.
बढ़िया,
Marathon is going to
बढ़िया.
be taken down as well. It looks like Ashish is already in the top lane. He's fixing that one out, but at what cost? Sage's Sanctuary will be
Nice one,
popped
nice
many a
one.
times on this one. Bakshol is on the backside. They find Ayush, and Bakshol is on the run, and he too
Nice.
will fall. Akshaj gets him down. He sends support for
Nice
one,
steal,
and he
nice
takes
steal,
him
Candy.
down.
Kazakhstan will continue to fight. They know they don't have the Tempest buff, but they still manage to fight very, very well indeed. Harsh is still in the mid lane. He's gonna try to help them push with the Tempest Dragon, Tempest Vanguard, and it seems like they will have to slow it down for now.
Oh my gosh, Harsh right there. He doesn't get that steal. They lose that game, right? They lose the
Right?
Tempest buff. Everything would have gone disastrously. Now you have the Tempest Vanguard that will provide a little bit of space, buying you time for Ainul and Ayush to both
Holy
respawn.
shit.
In
Holy.
terms of itemization, it seems like Bashul hasn't have his fifth item just yet. He just sold his shoes. He's still deciding what am I buying right now? What do I buy? Is it another 6 entry? Is it something that would save me potentially? Maybe a Splendor? But it seems like he's going with a Sun Pool. This is gonna give a lot of distance in his basic attack for their next potential team fight.
Yeah, so he's already got the mobility. That's not an issue. So boots are, on the side. We don't need
Sure.
that. But it's all about the damage. It's about staying alive, using your positioning to make sure that you stick around. Because again, Bakshol, he is your game changer in come these team fights.
And also we still have Ashish who can fly anywhere that he needs to. But we still see it on how how Ali Khan is at the mid lane right now. He's trying to protect it. They still have this last wave of the vanguards flying from the base, and I think this is a clear chance for India to at least try to destroy one of the tier 3 towers.
Yeah, I think that you need to. I mean, you've got those Tempest Vanguards. You got to take advantage of that, right? And that will constantly push it. Kazakhstan understanding that what is at stake. They need to play defensive, just survive at least for now.
True, we have to remember that the Tempest actually has a disrupt. They can be disrupted, but they might start a new one soon.
Oh, the Fate Rewind actually healing the tower. Very smartly played there, ensuring that, hey, again, slowing it down. This is the power of the Hano.
Yeah, we can still see on how they're trying to defend as fast as they can, and they managed to do so. Even though India still has the Tempest buff, just now they managed to win
Holy
the
shit.
fight. It's still something that to be talked about, and I think Kazakhstan deserve to be proud of that.
Yeah, and it's going to be up another 30 or so more seconds, right? Another Tempest Dragon. How many Tempest Dragons do we want in this game, Adam?
I wanna see three. I wanna see three. Three is gonna be a good number. It's a good exercise for us for the rest of the week.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I think it'll be very exciting if they're able to do it. It's going to be set up in about 20 more seconds. Kazakhstan understanding that, hey, we need to kind of just fortify this area, get some vision, and of course the positioning will be key.
Yeah, they have been slowed down quite a lot here. They're trying to prepare and get ready mentally and physically, probably. But look at Aino trying to get this damage into him.
Yeah, Maripod taking about half damage on this one. Just bouncing him around, though. It's not enough. Akshaj, again, he's just a roamer. Yes, he's very tanky, but he needs to create a little bit of space. The Tempest Dragon has been pulled out of his lair. It's looking to be at least started on the side. The Umbrella Outburst will be committed onto two, but where's the follow-up? It looks like Akshaj is very tanky on this side. It looks like Maripod is getting a little bit low, looking to turn this around. Ainul's trying to take him down. That's going to be Sage's Sanctuary forward.
What?
Maripod is looking to just run away. Ainul running for the hills. Ashish is going to be using his Sage's Sanctuary as well, but he will fall. He got left behind. Now the Tempest Dragon still up for now.
He still have his battlefield command has been used just now actually, but the Tempest, he's gonna be focused down by the Kazakhstan. It seems like they still have Akshat, who's gonna be focusing down in front to show vision for Aino. This is very important for Aino to try to go in and steal. Is it gonna be stolen again or not? It seems to me like Kazakhstan needs to focus down to for a team fight first, Hauler.
Yeah, they're not forcing it down because Maripod is out. Actually
Bottom,
attacking
they
the
should
mountain, but
clear
they
the bottom
cannot
side.
get caught off. If they get backdoored, this is a potential problem. Ainul still has that speed, but Kazakhstan are saying, hey, we don't care. We're going to take the Tempest Dragon. We're going to force this fight.
Yeah, we have to remember Aino is quite busy trying to clear the lanes, but the mid lane minion has been left out. But we still have Aino trying to chase that minion. They're not gonna go
Oh,
there.
Oh, the Fate Rewind is on back. The Tempest Dragon is getting so low! And Maripet comes down. The Umbrella Outburst on top of that. Ayush is running for the hill, trying to stay alive. He tries to flash, but he gets stampeded on. He gets locked down. Sunkar doing the work. They go in for the burst ram to slow it down. Give Harsh a little bit of space, but he's going to be chased down. He's going to be knocked down. Sage's
Holy
Sanctuary
shit.
doesn't matter. Kazakhstan, it seems like they found a way to end this.
Oh no, it seems like Ashish is stuck at the back. He cannot help his teammate to defend the base. Ainul is so far away. Ainul is so far away. He has to come back right now. But no, they cannot do so. And Kazakhstan managed to do a huge comeback.
yeah, they are doing.
Somehow, some
They are
way,
doing pretty well.
able to find it. And that was the game we've been looking for. We knew it was going to be close, but Kazakhstan coming out on top.
You're looking for Tempest Dragons, right? And you get Tempest Dragons here. One steal coming in from Harsh, the second one Marapod getting in that confirmed secure and winning out that big
Yo,
team
Sainik,
fight.
what's up?
Very back and forth
Acha,
game coming in from both teams, but the solid
Scorpion,
back
right?
coming
How are
in
you, man?
from Coach
कैसे हो?
Su was really,
इंडिया का
really
गेम देखो,
well
हम
thought
लोग
out
के
coming
दोस्त
in
लोग ही खेल
favor
रहे हैं.
of Kazakhstan here. Very
So
well played
हम
coming in
लोग
from
को
both teams.
स्ट्रीम करना है,
I
उसके बाद
think
हम लोग
what
खेलेंगे भी.
happened probably at the end of that match was that
ये गेम
I
बहुत
think
क्लोज
they
गया था.
should
It's
be
too
closer
close.
towards Tempest. They should send someone else to deal with the minion in the mid lane because they need someone with smite to steal that. They cannot keep on defending.
And I sort of think that the last play coming in for the side of Team India I think they tried to go for the assassination coming in on towards Marapat,
अरे
but they
cool bro,
underestimated
चल
the
नहीं,
tankiness coming in from this Nutsa,
चल रहा है.
which resulted in them being taken down, which is I know burning a stage tag
Fuck bro,
tree,
my
and then you
friends are
saw that
calling me.
Liu Bang also had to sacrifice himself for
Yeah.
the misplay here. Hence, in the 45 situation, with the waves being such a big pressure, they had no real way of accessing into the Tempest Pit.
I think some of the things that has not been understood too well is that some tank jungle or tanky jungler is basically a secondary tank. So that's what he did, and Marapat really soaked up all the damage and wasted all the skills on him.
What a
Nice,
crazy
hi
game.
bro.
I mean, it went the
अरे
distance, and you're
yeah
seeing
yeah, अच्छा.
guys,
Oh,
KDA on the Kazakhstan.
hello.
So, Alhan didn't even die a
आपने
single
नहीं
time.
सोया
Wait,
अभी तक?
like, what? Arshin and Marapet? Like, how many?
Game, the Nutsa late game, or even the Songkar, because Songkar is so tanky with those full items on the Zhangfei.
Yeah,
Does this series go to a game three? I mean,
अरे
I think that
यार.
they're
Possible,
close
possible.
enough where it could definitely happen, right?
yeah.
Like, I think that India are like, okay, we still have a chance. I think that they can come back in game two here.
Yeah, we do have another factor in this situation
माथा
where
गड़ो
the
है.
mentality reset might not be able to be
Hello
done
hello.
too well from the side of India if they don't know how to, if the coach doesn't know how to reset their players' mindset. But if he managed to do so, I am convinced that we're gonna see 3 games for this one.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very exciting, right? I think this is ranked one of the best games so far out of the last 2 days.
Yeah,
Also had like I think 0-0 Lanka, we had like 26 minutes at
yeah.
12 with
Yeah,
the Tempest Dragons, and this ranks, I think, 1 or 2 compared to that as well.
definitely a longer game, right? I mean, we wanted 3 Tempest Dragons. We only got 2, so I'm a little disappointed in that. But I
One
think
more than
that
2.
this game more than made up for it. There was drama on all sides here.
It's okay. Just wait. After this, we're gonna see more temper, so it's gonna be accumulated to 3. And this is our MVP, Bajol with 944 KDA, damage with 27.4%, damage taken is 10.9, but the total goal is 24.3%.
Really good gameplay here coming in from this channel, especially when you know for a
Hello
fact
hello.
that there are so
Sound
many
आ रहा है
guys
क्या अभी?
looking at you in every single team
Light
fight.
भी जल नहीं
With
रहा.
Liu Bang, Hansen combination, and then you have the Lian Po coming in with the Tremor slash Flash. So his positioning is actually very, very crucial. If he falls, the entire team has to back off.
Yeah, yeah. And actually, in this one, he actually had the most deaths on his team. He was constantly being focused.
Correct.
Right? So the prioritization, it made a lot of sense. India, you need to take him down. And they were trying to, but Bachal, just the way he was, cycling through items and he was able to just position, just stayed alive just long enough to ensure that he, again, got 9 kills here.
Actually, cycling through items quickly
अरे यार,
between the
लाइट
teams,
ही
you
बंद
know,
है
when you just
यार.
go down with a say century, you have to open the shop and you have to change everything very quickly. That takes skill. You need to practice that a lot, and that shows in the match. And he really deserved it. He really deserved it.
And it's not under a non-pressure situation, right? It's like, imagine you're on the Tempest Dragon, you have to shuffle through items, one misclick on the shop, and
Oh,
you might just miss out an entire game for yourself, buddy, here. But congratulations, Team Kazakhstan, in winning out the first game in such a shocking fashion, because it was really back and forth between these two teams. One small misplay, one small misstep could lead to anyone's victory.
Yeah, it's not always about the kills, right? I think that Kazakhstan proving that, hey, if we stick to the objectives, we're able to kind of, play the game that we want to play, which is, again, just mowing them down and putting that pressure on. It's more than just, again, just going out there and just trying to find people to take down.
The pressure is definitely on, especially here at this venue. Like, I can probably hear like all the chants and cheers outside of there right now because we're in the booth casting. And you may be wondering, like, where are the players staying? Where are the players playing at for this exciting match to be unfolding? Is at Marriott Pataling Jaya here, our official venue and hotel partner for the Honor of Kings event here. This Honor of Kings event is known as the Asian Games Qualifier for the esports scene.
Yeah, thank you, Tanjaya Marriott Hotel. We have been having a great time
Hello,
here. The food's great, the event space is
hello.
great, it's spacious, and it's cold. I wish more people would be able to experience this as well.
আরে
And
এই না
this has
মোটা
been
সালা
a
এই নাম্বারে
very
অ্যাড
fun
ই
time.
অ্যাড করে
Also, we're
দেয়
gonna
না
be seeing our next match very soon.
Oh yeah, I want to be seeing like
বালের
the
মতন কথা বলিস না তো
emotions
না
and the facial expressions coming in from the players after such a long and
ওই
exciting game.
নাম্বারটা
You
অ্যাড
know,
কেন
I'm
করছিস
observing
আমি তো
right
ওটাই
now to
বুঝতে
see
পারছি না
who is smiling, who is like having like like a scrunching eyebrows.
Yeah,
Who's smiling right now? This
আরে
guy, me.
আবার অ্যাড
Because
হয়ে
I'm
গেছে
super excited to see
রিপিটেড
continue
কলে
on.
করলে
Because these two teams, this is what we wanted to
it's
see.
fun, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun when you're seeing two
কি
competitive teams going at it.
It's very exciting because I don't want to be talking much about the previous matches because previous
Yeah.
matches has been
আরে ভাই
more of a steamroll, right? We've
Yeah.
been having like 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0,
কিষানকে
and
জিজ্ঞেসা কর
today, and maybe this series, this exact one, might be bringing us to game three because they are so neck and neck with each
আমার
other.
কিছু বলার
And the fact that they're neck and neck with each other
আমার
using
কিছু বলার
unorthodox
নেই
heroes
আমি
all
পরে
over the
পরে
team,
বলছি ভাই
I feel like that is something that we can really focus on because it
দাঁড়া
shows that it's very much possible to actually play very very well with even unorthodox heroes, and it's been shown in this qualifier.
I love it. I love it. I mean, just going in, there
ये
were
ना
definitely
क्यों भाई
expectations, and
घर
this
वाले
is
भी
going to help
अलग ही
India. Okay,
Yeah,
this is a team that will also be going to the EWC. So all of the little, the lessons that they're learning, the little micro plays, the macro plays, all of these
I
things
don't
are
know
going
what
to
happened
help
with
them
this
get
slide.
even
It's not
stronger as they move on.
working
Well,
properly.
as they move on, we have to first check out how the drafts will actually unfold here. We do see Dolia and Liu Bang being locked away, and we did see how much pressure that Ainu and Ashish was generating in the side lane. The split push, the map pressure that they were actually putting against Kazakhstan was exactly what allowed India to pull the game into a late game even here. So removing those two will be a very smart choice here. But for India's side, they did ban away the Arlie and also the Maishurli.
I was actually expecting for Kazakhstan to ban out the Hanshin, but they actually chose to ban the Liu Bang because Liu Bang turns out to be much more of a bigger problem, which he a lot of times saving Hanshin from certain
Light
eliminations
ही नहीं
now.
जल
But
रहा
Zhang Fei and the Renji is a very good hero to go up against
अलग ही सीन है
maybe HP based heroes, but it seems like maybe a bit too early for the Renji. If India doesn't take any HP scaling heroes like Baichi or Atta, maybe the Renji is not gonna work too well.
I think the main idea coming in for side of Kazakhstan putting Baljul on the Dirinjia is to really make sure that he has a strong enough hero to go 50-50 against Ayush on that channel here because
Yeah.
Channel has been one of the tournament's favorites for all the farm lane players. We've seen bans on this hero, we've seen priority
गर्लफ्रेंड
on this
गर्लफ्रेंड
hero, and every time it's been picking up, it has always shined in the late game.
Does so much work, right? It has everything that you want. I mean, like the mobility, the damage, the soaring signals, like you have everything. So it just is such a great hero to prioritize. But on the other side, you're looking at what Kazakhstan are. They're going to pick up the Yuhan. This is also a very much a power pick. How much control, how much damage, and that sustain is unreal.
Yeah, but right now with Zhang Fei again in the hands of Kazakhstan, I'm not surprised if India's gonna be having problems with the crowd control coming in. I do feel like they have to match the amount of crowd
সাউন্ড আসছে আমার
control
ক্লিয়ারলি
with this Zhang Fei. They do have the Lapu Lapu
আরে লাইটটাও
ability.
খারাপ হয়ে গেছে
Pretty sure
নুন।
they
কখনো
can
কখনো
benefit
জ্বলছে
more
কখনো
from
কখনো
a
জ্বলছে না
mid lane crowd control hero.
Also,
মাথা
something I'm
গরম
really
হয়ে
thinking
যায়
about, maybe something coming in from India,
এরকম
like you
ইচ্ছা করে
mentioned, right?
কল
Crowd
করলে
control, mobility, or something that can actually slow down the approach of Kazakhstan. I think Ladies might be a pretty good choice coming in
True.
for India if they really do want something more on the utility side in the mid lane.
A lot of control. I mean, you still have options too, right? I think that if you're looking on the India side, I mean, the Charlotte can get definitely do some damage as well. You got the Chano, so you have those kind of those bases covered. The Lapu Lapu with the team fight to kind of deal with the Zhang Fei Umbrella Outburst. You have
আরে
options, and
আর
it seems like both going into this last, a couple of picks here, it's
আরে
got to
বাই
be
দ্য ওয়ে
you need some way to kind of
ওই
shut down or
ওইটা
limit the
বলছি
Yuan
পরে
as
আমি
much as
দাঁড়াও
possible.
Yeah, I'm not surprised if
স্টোরির
the
ওটা
Legion actually gets picked,
দেখেছে ও
but they
যখন
still
দেখেনি
have
এই
Anjaya
ও
if they want
অ্যাকচুয়ালি
to.
খেলছে
But I'm gonna
এই মোটা
fight
করে
to
ছেলেটা
heads
কোন
up
কোন
if
ছেলেটার কথা
going up
বলছি
against
দাঁড়া
Yuan because Yuan can
দাঁড়াও
easily use
হোল্ড
the
অন
unending
হোল্ড অন
sorrow to run
আই
away.
উইল শো ইউ দ্যাট গাই
And it
Oh,
looks like it's gonna be Ukyo first.
Wow, that's gonna be a
কাক
very
কোন
strong
ছেলেটার কথা
multi-unit
বলছি ও অলরেডি
usage
রিপ্লাই
coming in
দিয়েছিল
for
অনেক
India.
আগে
If
আমি
you
দেখেছি
find something in the
নেটে
mid lane that can fast push the wave like a Garuda or Angela, that's definitely going to be a very
স্টোরিটা
strong
দিয়েছি অন্য
mid-jungle
কারণে
trio coming in for India. It means that their mid lane priority will be really, really powerful.
how are you going to deal with this Yukio though? Like, what is the counter pick? You need your own jungler. You need some way to kind of just outclass him in that jungle
ওকে
lane. What comes to mind here?
I think the answers has already been
Okay,
banned
okay.
thus far. Like Ata, Dun has
Yeah.
been removed. Some of these strong
True.
early game
Sorry.
junglers. So you might want something like a Byron. And oh, they went for a different approach here. So
And actually,
let's not focus on the early game too much. Let's focus on the team fighting here. You see these heroes. You see a Nuta jungle, a
okay, next
Dharma,
time
and
तो नहीं
Zhang
होगा.
What comes into mind? Straight direct access into the backline for Ayush
Next time
on
तो
the
नहीं
Chun.
होगा ना.
I mean, to be fair, if they take heroes like Ninja, I think it's a good choice because Ukyo cannot burst Ninja down, and I think this is gonna turn out quite well because it sort of worked against Hanshin just now. So why not do it again? And but having Dharma, having a lot more crowd control from
Light up ಕೊಡು.
Kazakhstan itself, even though they already have Yuhuan's mini stun, they also have Zhang Fei and the ultimate coming from the Renji. I think India's gonna face a lot of crowd control non-stop after this.
My
I
only
I
concern right now
hindi
coming in from Kazakhstan, yes, the
hede wo
inroads
हाँ
in the
हाँ
team fight
yeah.
is really, really beautiful, but
Exactly.
the problem
One
lies
match
that their mid
losses.
and roam synergy is
But
actually
ये मोटा
really
করে
poor
चला
to
नहीं मोटा
India
करे
here.
चला
You
नहीं.
can't really defend against an invading Ukyo Tachibana with a
मोटा से
Yuhuan and
candy.
Zhang Fei. It's going to be really difficult in the early game, especially for Kazakhstan, but if they can breathe more,
हाँ
find
इंडिया
more
हार्ड
point,
है
and make
मतलब
sure that
और
this
टू चांसेस
Nuta
है
gets the skill towards
16
the
और
late game,
17
then
को.
maybe
I
Kazakhstan
wish
can
they
make
gonna
this
win two
between the two.
matches. At
With
least tie
Kazakhstan
tie
on
एक
top
होगा.
of the Chano and
अरे
versus
okay
Frost, they
sorry
have
sorry यार
you know,
हार्ड हो
options,
गया ना
right?
हार्ड
And
हो गया
going
ना
into this one, Kazakhstan going in. But before
हार्ड
we
हो
go,
गया ना.
Zagi, which team do you give an edge to?
In the early game, I'll definitely give it over to the
Next
side
time
of
चार
Team
हो गया ना.
India here. But for the late game, the big team fight moments, it's definitely more rewarding towards Kazakhstan here. But it comes down to execution in this game too. I'm looking to see whether India can pull this into an even footing.
By the way
So Masagi, as we
Scorpion
go into game number
तेरा
two in
घर
this
कहाँ पे है?
epic series thus far, is this going to be enough, Adam? Like, do you agree with Sagi, or is he just kind of, he's not on point?
I agree with him. I agree with him. But the fact that Kazakhstan has already proven once just now that they managed to pull it off up to the
There
mid game and they turned the game around against India, I think they
there will
can do
be.
the same thing once more.
हैं?
But India has a mission. Oh, Idol
Nice
has
one.
been struck down so quickly.
Yeah, just really unfortunate for him. Not a great start. This is not where you want to be, but he's going to be chased, but they
पूरी ठीक
don't
है
have any
तो.
sort of catch, and it looks like they're going to just walk away, essentially for free.
कोई.
Huh?
Yeah. Again,
And by the
the
way,
thing is that
gonna
India already
stream
has
some
only have one
uh,
mission. All they have to do is
IPSC
just focus on trying to win the
IPSC
game as
matches
fast as
after
they can
this
and
week.
stop the team Kazakhstan to try to
I
get too
wish
many
I can.
items so
Like
that
if
they
I
can
get the
scale their
permission, then
adversary.
I can.
Okay, okay. And going into this one, I mean, we haven't seen a game three thus far in the Asian Games
I know you're
qualifier,
hoping
right?
for it.
Obviously, I'm hoping for it, but I just feel like, because when you're talking about a best of three, when you lose
Yeah,
that first game, it is incredibly demoralizing. It is so
true.
tough to come back, and you got to be really mentally resilient. But I mean, does India have it?
I think they do have it. I'm pretty sure they do have it. But I think what hurts more in the previous game, that situation, is that it's a game that they might have been able to win.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were
yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
win that one. So
yeah.
it's so much more demoralizing rather than a simple normal, okay, we're gonna lose this game from the get-go.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts harder because of the fact that, like, it
Yes.
should have been yours, maybe
Yes.
could have. It wasn't within reach. It wasn't a stomp, right?
It hurts me witnessing
So,
it.
It hurt me too, my friend. We're on the same boat on this. We'll get
well, they
reaction from
are
both of us
talking
on
too
this.
much.
But
Except
I mean, going into this one, like, look, India have to find a way to kind of just shake that one off. Look at this as just like a best of one. Take one game at a time.
Yep, and as of now, again, exactly like the first game, even though they do lead in terms of the eliminations, the goal difference is not big, Holler. It's just 300 goal. It's not much, and there's not going to be too much of jungle invasion going to be done by any side of the team. I think that they
हाँ
respect each
भाई
other
हाँ
this much
बहुत ज़्यादा
that they're
होता है.
waiting for any small single mistake coming from each side.
Yeah, yeah. I like it how you say respect. I think you're right in that sense. I was gonna say that there was like some negative connotation about just how they were like, they
There
don't
is
like
no
each other,
negative
all these,
condition.
but
I
there's
don't
no
know why they
drama
are
between
saying
the two
like this.
teams. I think that definitely respect is definitely high on that list. It makes a lot of sense here, but I think that also, it's one thing to kind of push them back,
Yep.
right? But at the same time, it's kind of like India, they're continuing on with the fighting spirit.
But it does seem like there's a good sign here, Holler. India is really trying their best to pressure Bajol, and it seems like they're not really that demoralized. They know that this is a
They're
reset, this
getting
is a
the
new
first
game,
bar. I don't
and they
know.
really have to try their best and ignore whatever happened in the previous games now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
बारिश तो बहुत
So
ज्यादा ही
do I
हो
love
रहा है.
Honor Kings because having
वो
that
अलग बात.
opportunity, even when you're behind, this is a golden moment. Like, what kind of team are you? Are you able to bounce back? Are you able to just shrug things off? This is the true test of a player here, and having this opportunity is a blessing.
And it tells us a lot about their region, right? Because we know
Yeah.
from their gameplay, from the decision making, it's gonna reflect a bit about their characteristics, about the person itself. But it seems like they're really trying to get some damage towards the Roman. Not probably not the best target, but the Tyrant is already up. It's already 4 minutes.
Yeah, the teleport in the mid
Uh,
lane. All teams are going to be gathering around it. The Tyrant is going to be back in his
my
lair. I know
voice
doing a
is
little bit
audible,
of a
right?
mini
It's
stun.
clear,
Marapad has joined as
guys.
well. Ashish on the side. And they've got the trap set, though. They're potentially looking to go. Vaksho's on the side. He's going to do a little bit of work on that. The Tyrant already at half. Who's going to go for the steal? And it looks like Marapet just easily takes that one down.
Seems like I know he's not really that confident to try go in and steal just because there's Sunkar with the unbridled outburst, which is extremely dangerous. It's a tier S ultimate.
Yeah, yeah. Einol is not willing to risk it all, I guess. I
Yeah.
think that it's still very early. To go in and to try to make that play, is it like, is this the right moment? Should I be doing that? Like, I think that he was kind of questioning that. Einol didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, probably has been told by his teammates or his captain to
Mm.
not go in at all and just not risk it because they can play the long game. Uh, Although, look at the damage coming from him.
Yeah, yeah, he does quite a bit on this one. So Einol not willing to risk it all and to go for that theft, so to speak. But he has stolen my heart, I would say.
Okay, but they're still driving in, but they're not managing to find anyone for now. Arshin is very low, but he doesn't have his unending sorrow anymore. They're gonna pull back, they're gonna reset just a little bit. But in terms of gold, it's still just 500 gold apart.
Yeah, this is nothing. I mean, it's like next to nothing at this
Minute.
point. Yeah, very minute. No one's going to really kind of be feeling that at now. But again, I think for India, they need to kind of, again, just group up. Maybe you get some sort of gank because, again, the mini stun on the Sankar, he doesn't want to pop his ult. He will risk it. He is low, but he will be fine.
I'm impressed with the capability of Aino. He is so fluent with Hanshin. Now he's showing that he's very good with Ukyo. I know Ukyo's skill set is very straightforward, but it's very hard to pull it off because you don't really have much to play around with. Just dash in and dash out all the time. But he knows that he can do better, and he knows he can really scare the enemy off with his skill sets.
Yeah, I know. Just playing those mechanically difficult heroes, and you know, it's a high pressure, high situation. You make one mistake, you just get blown up,
True.
right? So I think that he is definitely the guy, and just being able to risk it all and to get on top of him, because you need players that can play these type of heroes.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. It's like a gold mine when you have that kind of player in your team. So it gives a smile to the coach as well when they're doing the drafts. But 200 goal difference, and Kazakhstan is leading not too much in front. We're still waiting for that one moment for Ali Khan to go in and smash
Ali
everyone to
Khan,
the
बताओ.
wall, but it's not happening yet because he's
नाम भी
not
अलग है.
rotating just yet.
Yeah, he's just going to teleport on out of there. He says, okay, let's continue on. Let's put the pressure on elsewhere as they're looking to
Which
rotate.
face cam
Three
it
members
is?
are starting to go.
This is a
Aksha is
laptop का
looking to
मेरा
kind of
कोई
maybe go for
separated
a
face
flank, but
cam नहीं
Alishon
है.
is
I did
already
not
there
use.
as well. He's going to get mini stun. The
Any
Radiant C is
kind
going to
of
use the Umbrella Outburst in return. Now
external
they're looking to
face
go.
cam है.
Stampede is going to be on point,
Internal
but
exam,
what
I
at
mean,
what cost?
face
Idol's been
internal
taken
face
down.
cam ही
He
use
is
करता हूँ mostly
continuing
laptop.
on, trying to do his work, but he's going to get grouped up
Oh,
into five, and a double
This is
strike
cool,
coming the
right?
way of
This
Arshin.
pretty good
camera
try
quality is
coming from the
very
Charlie,
well,
but did
right?
not manage to get anyone for now. Aksha is gonna run away. They're gonna
Oh,
lose
nice
that
one.
tier one tower down it below. Ayush is gonna go back, and they're gonna lose their blue buff as well. This is the first team fight throughout this entire match that it's actually quite one-sided, right? There's no one that was actually eliminated from Kazakhstan just now.
Yeah, and also they're going to lose their jungle, which is a huge swing in terms of the gold. Like, it's one thing to clear everything, maybe then you go for a fight, but the timing of that, and now they've got him frozen, the unending sorrow will keep Arshin alive, but they just lost a huge swing, and now look it's like 3.5k already.
Yeah, out of nowhere, right? And
Yeah.
we can see it on how Ali Khan is still up here. He's not rotating down or towards the mid lane for now. He's gonna be pressuring pressuring the top lane as much as possible to keep Ashish busy so that Ashish cannot rotate towards his teammate. Now they have to send Harsh to clear the lane themselves. With 4,000 gold difference, with 5-0 in the KDA, I think this is going to be a very good game for Kazakhstan.
Yeah, and this is what we were worried about, right? From India in terms of the bounce back. How would they do this? Because this is that moment when you're kind of thinking, okay, how would they be able to kind of react after that, game one performance where they had moments to win, but it looks like this Kazakhstan train has continued to roll.
Oh, but this is what I see as a bit of a problem because they're not really controlling the entire map, which is very smart from Ainul. He knows he has a chance and he managed to get the Vanguard. Now, they're not going to have too much of a problem letting the Vanguard push through the minions at every lane.
Yeah, and now India on the defensive again. I think that this is going to be a tough spot. I mean, every third shot from Bakshol will put pressure on this bottom T2, and Kazakhstan using that map control and
Sound
taking
आ
advantage.
रहेगा properly.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean,
And
this
they're
is not
going
a
to use
separate
the Royal
laptop,
Numbers
bro.
very soon, I'm pretty sure. But the Charlotte, Ashish is just going to poke
Actually,
out
Crowley
to
आने
see if
वाला था.
he's going to dive in or not. And right now,
मेरे
everything
को
looks
जितना दूर
quite
तक
fine.
पता है
I
कुछ
know
तो
is
वीजा
still
वगैरह
trying
इशू
to
हुआ
find a
आफ्टर
position
दैट
for
वो
him to
नहीं आ पाया
surprise
ऐसा कुछ हुआ
anyone.
होगा
But it seems
एग्जैक्टली
like Ali
exactly,
Khan
तो नहीं
is
पता
keeping
बट
the
इतना
pressure
दूर
up
तक
top.
मेरे को
This is going to force
खबर मिला है
Ashish
कुछ लोगों से.
to have to rotate back to the base and go defend top lane.
Okay, well, Einol surprised at least me because he's not had as good of a game as he did in game one. So this is a bit of a surprise because I thought with the Uko, I thought he was going to be able to do a little bit of work. But now they're looking to dive in. The leader stance is going to be popped as well. Marapat, though, he's just tanking most of this. He gets mini stun, the honorable battle outburst, all the perfect cover, and they get on out.
Yeah, they managed to disengage, but look in front of them. Ashish is still right there, even though he has half HP. Then they can pull back. It's a very good waste of skill from Sunkar. So this is a small win for India, or else I thought that they might have lost that war immediately if they did not force the ultimate coming from Sunkar.
Yeah. Now this is Kazakhstan's game. I mean, they're in the driver's seat. They've been just putting, again, just controlling the enemy jungle, and then they're scouting things out, right? They gave up the Tyrant last time, and now this is a moment where they're like, okay, we're not giving anything for free. We know we have an advantage.
Yep. At this point, I think India has to do something. Ashish is also nearby. They really need to give the vision for Ainul to actually jump in and do the smite. But look at Ali Khan's position, Howler. This is very dangerous for him to actually go through the mid lane. Very smart.
Yeah, and look, Sankar doesn't actually have his ult, so this is something to take note of. Oh, Akshas, he's not even able to
Oh,
pop up his
nice
ult.
one.
He's going to be taken down, and it looks like Aino
Oh,
on the run. He gets caught off on the other side of Akshal with just enough, and now India on the run. They only have 3 members still standing.
A very clean execution from Kazakhstan. They know that the Tyrant's HP is still a lot, and that sort of forced Ainul to be off position because he is so ready for that smite. They focus on Ainul first, and then all of them collectively turn around to push India back to their place.
Yeah, everybody needs to be in the fight, right? Aino cannot be, he can definitely be taken down and burned
Yeah.
down like that, and so you got to keep him safe. The rest of the guys need to be there, but Adam, please break this down.
Yeah, this is what happened. They all look towards Ainul, right? Because Ainul came too close with his smite, and then they make sure that he never come back. So, which is very good, right? Because the Tyrant was still had a lot of HP, and yeah, it's just a very simple focus fire.
Yeah, and if you wanted to see a game from Kazakhstan, just the way that they've been able to dismantle the India squad here, I mean, they're doing it in style 7-0 in terms of the kills, but they're up about 5.6k. This is a game that is very difficult for India to come back from.
Very different from the
Yeah.
previous game. It seems like India lost a bit of their confidence again.
Yeah.
Coming back to the topic of the demoralizing after winning or losing that match, but look at Ainul once more. He is very brave to find different positions to flank them from the back.
Yeah, he's potentially going for the flank, but if anything, you got to split push, right? You got to create some space. You're losing this game, but you just got to extend it. Slow the game down, wave clear, all the lanes, of course, split push where you can, and just, again, try to stay alive. You got to use the buddy system as well.
I think the best person to send for split pushing at this point for India is actually to send Charlotte. Ashish
Yeah,
needs to be the one
true.
who does the work
चलो
because
तो
I
कर
know needs
सकता
to be
है भाई
closer to his
split.
team so
True.
that he can help them with the objective, try to smite, try to join the war more. But it seems like it's not happening for now. It seems like Aino has been the one who's been sent to the side lane, try to pressure them, and he might be the collateral once more.
Oh, they got him with the truth. They got him blocked back. He's trying to dash away, but not enough speed. Einol's getting taken down. Arshin will take that one, but it looks like Kazakhstan are going to take the overlord here.
We can see the amount of effort being made by Aino to do something. to at least have a breathing space for his teammates. Did
Lol.
not work out too well, but 7,000 goal in front is a huge number for Kazakhstan. They're feeling very comfortable for sure. They're gonna try to end the game as quickly as possible.
I don't know, but
To
they
your other
should
point, I do agree with you. I think that
play
Ashish,
some
as
other
the Charlotte,
heroes or
needs to be split pushing
counter
more.
sub
If he
heroes.
dies, it's
I
not the
don't
end of
know.
the world.
Counter
But
picks,
Einl
they
is their
should.
guy. He needs to consistently farm, stay alive more than anything else.
Exactly. Now the Vanguard has arrived at each lane. They're gonna try to destroy as much T3 tower as they can. But can India defend this, Howler? That is the question. It seems like Sumkar is not gonna use his ultimate just yet.
Just look at how they're just taking the towers, disengaging, looking to go back in with the Shadow Vanguard at the same time. Just very smart, right? This is the way you want to play. Very structured. You're not overcommitting. You're not looking to dive anything. You're just playing the objectives here. But it looks like the unending sorrow just barely keeping Arshan alive.
But we have to remember, anything can happen. This is HOK, Howler.
Oh, the
Holy
umbrella
shit.
outburst is on point. They find him onto two with the truth as well. Ashish is going to be taken down. Ayush is all the way in the back, just trying to stay alive. The Stampede is going to do a little bit of work. Wow. And they take down 4 members, make it an ace, and they will take game number 2.
Wow, congratulations, Kazakhstan. Managing a 2-0 against India. What a
Right.
game. I'm actually genuinely shocked, Sagi.
Was it back and forth, and this game too was a statement match coming in from Kazakhstan here. Clean 12-0, suffer no casualties in every single play. From start to finish was planned in mind. Drafting, team fights, execution, very top tier coming in from
Yeah,
Kazakhstan.
Chagan.
I think it's a very good show and demonstration coming from Kazakhstan. I was actually quite shocked on how disciplined they were. They did not actually try to force everything out into the tier 3 tower. They actually tried to destroy what they can, one after one after one. Really disciplined with the trigger discipline coming from the Zhangfei, waiting for the Zhangfei to use his ult. And then once he used it, everyone goes in all together, which is a very clean win.
The positioning, the way that they were able to move across the map, sticking together when they needed to, basically just kind of enough control, always being up in front and not letting India getting any sort of space to farm. When they did, they would pay with their lives, essentially.
Exactly right, and the team fights were really beautiful coming in from Alihan and also the side of Sunkar. Unbridled outburst, like you mentioned, into the straight truth mantra on towards the wall, setting up a very beautiful team fight scenario for the team. Yes, sometimes we do say that yes, Channel is one of the best picks thus far in the tournament due to the strong laning phase, strong late game carry potential, but if you can't go to late game, how do you play the team fights?
Yeah, if you don't have any farm, if you don't have any space, this is what's going to happen, right? You're just completely just bottled into your base. You're kind of stuck in there, just fighting within your own team for any sort of farm.
Yeah, and I remember how hard it was for Ainul to try to do something for his team, right? He was trying to rotate here and there, trying to create some space, trying to flank him alone. And I was wishing for his teammates to also do something similar. Maybe Charlotte try to flank them from the side, or maybe keep them busy on the side lane by speed pushing, but that did not happen.
I think I know exactly what happened here. Right? Remember the first strike that happened where Ali Khan
Oh yeah.
roamed all the way
Yeah.
to the enemy jungle of Team India, and he got the solo kill pickoff on towards the side of Aino. Aino is like the engine of Team India.
True.
If he falters, the entire team crumbles.
Yeah.
So they found out, they punished him, and that exactly went down for Team India, and it was a rather smooth win coming from Team Kazakhstan.
Yeah, they actually found the kryptonite of the team,
Yeah.
right? They found Einol. This is the guy that, again, if they target, they just limit him. So this is also why it's key to find out who are the star players on your team. We saw this against Singapore in the first series of the day, Korea versus Singapore, right? They actually focused on Cayenne.
Cayenne, yeah.
Like quite a bit, right? Once he has no space, then that team kind of crumbles.
And it actually quite worked for quite a while, right?
Yeah.
And I think they should be doing the same thing, except that they need to be closer to Arno, at least to be able to provide him support when he needs one.
I think that's also quite a good discussion that we are having right now is that, okay, we wanted Aino to go for more aggressive jungle invades, but due to the fact that Ali Khan in the early game already found Aino and punished him, his entire jungle tempo slowed down. You want to expect a Ukyo Tachibana to outfarm Marapat on that Nurta, but it just didn't came to fruition because he was always behind, one step slower compared to his jungle opponent.
Yeah, it's so good to see Alahan, Shisuke, if you will, back on the stage again. I mean, he's always been a monster in the Clash lane, and he uses one of his tried and true in the Dharma here, just really
But
showing the world just that he's here, right? And he's here to
you can
make
do
an
the key now,
impact
Mario.
with his 11,000 highest worth on the team.
Honestly, how often do
Huh?
we see a level 1 Dharma trying to get
Either.
OQ and OQ and he went down during
Yeah,
level
yeah,
1? This is
yeah.
very
Yeah,
rare
mana
to
bila
see.
kau
I've never seen that happen, but to
PH.
me, this is actually quite shocking. And now I know you can actually do that with Dharma.
Yeah, of all things Dharma, right?
Yeah.
Just out shoving the Charlotte, finding that 1v1 win in towards the jungle, really setting the pace here coming in from Team Kazakhstan in cleaning this game with a 2-0. You can also put some spotlight over to the side of Kazakhstan jungle and Rome, where you have like a 0-0-10 Nutsa, super tanky, full build already at the end of the game, and then you also have Sunkar with that Zhangfei here, 92% kill team fight participation, which is super duper good on that Zhangfei. We saw defensive Umbrado outbursts, offensive ones. Every time you need him, he was always there.
I think if you're India though, as a coach, just perma ban the Yuan throughout the entire tournament, right? I think that that this hero has traumatized them more than any other hero in this Asia Games qualifier thus far. So ensuring that nobody goes up against with that Yuhan, because the sustain seems to be too much, the mini stuns, everything that you don't want to see. I think it again, it's just affected India way too much here.
You know what? I don't see anything wrong with banning Yuan. It's been proven quite many few times
Yeah.
because he's very useful. He's very useful, and it works out many times. And it's very hard to get Yuan to be strike down just because of the unending sorrow timing is too sweet,
Yeah,
too good.
with a patch that we only have 85 heroes on the Asian Games version, Yuan has been one of the standout mid lanes alongside of Angel that has been getting consistent wins in multiple teams. We've seen how harsh on India he was able to steal the Tempest Dragon in the
Yeah.
previous game.
Yeah.
But okay, they still lost, but it's still a very strong achievement that he actually achieved. But this game alone for Team Kazakhstan, you can see the main damage dealer from all the room opened up by Alihan, Marapod, and also Sunkars is actually Arshin. That Yuan did a 71,000 total damage on that pick.
If you're building a roster though, would you want the like Arshin where their mid is doing most of the damage? Or would you rather have somebody who's just like more of like a support style but has really great with the control?
I think it depends on what the other teams, what the other players are playing in the team, right? But if they already have a burst damage, they might just want to go with a support or someone who can poke. But clearly, what they're doing with this Yuhan is really focusing now with full damage with his first skill. That's all I can say.
Yeah, to your question there, Holler, I think flexibility is really important. You definitely need to be able to master both the assassin picks, the
Yeah.
utility pick, the control mage picks. That's what makes a pro mid lane player so enticing in Honor of Kings Esports here. But to put focus on this goal chart, it's a very steady climb. Every single decision that
Yeah.
Kazakhstan actually made, it started ramping up slowly in terms of the goal. That first kill, that first strike, and then it slowly ramped up into team fight wins, objective wins, tower getting destroyed. I would say that is a really well played game coming from Kazakhstan, super duper clean.
I wish it was kind of like where if I made every single, like every good decision I made more money, like that gold graph. But as we go into the highlights here, I mean, we're going to see exactly just how they did it. Kazakhstan just were able to isolate, finding the right pickoffs.
You can see most of these fights start off with a beautiful unbridled outburst coming in from the side of Sonkars that really set the tone for the team. And this is the potential of Arshan that you talk about. You get caught out, you still have the Celestial Melody into the Unending Sorrow to actually refresh your ultimate into better positioning here. And you can see that Aino actually got baited in trying to steal the objective just to get sealed on. And that's a beautiful setup coming from Alihan to really set Aino into stone.
Again, proving our point of Zhangfei having such a high win rate, still pops up question into my mind why Zhangfei is not banned. To be honest, I think Zhangfei's presence is just so scary. Of course, Dharma is quite scary too, right? But
Chunky is
Zhangfei,
too.
almost every game, he keeps winning.
And Arshin here, MVP.
Wow.
Clearly, he's going to be just kind of taking over this one. I mean, again, the Yuan, just an absolute dominant force. We don't have heals, but he had quite a bit in that department as well. But 604, 35% of the team
Wow.
damage, constantly being that initiator that would just poke him down, made India's life so difficult.
Yeah, 35.3% damage. That's a lot of damage coming in from a mid lane player, let
Yeah.
alone on a Yuhuan. Definitely, if you're in India, when you are going into sleep and you open up the sheets, you might be seeing Yuhuan under there.
Oh, they might hear some tong tong in the nightmare, the
No, well,
music
no,
of
no, no.
U1 guitar.
Yeah. That's the horror movie. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, they when they were watching the movies, going to the cinema, they might have been hearing this music, huh? The horror music.
No, maybe that's an orchestra instead of cinema, right? But yeah, definitely this Yuhan has been used very well, and the way he positioned himself, positioning timing with the unending sorrow, the mournful tempo to actually initiate a mini crowd control towards the Indian team, and they managed to start a fight with just that, having Armada Outburst as a follow up, having Death Mantra coming in. It's all just right on point.
Yeah, I think if we were to dissect both teams as individually, let's say we put Kazakhstan, right? Yes, maybe mechanically they are not the most outstanding compared to some of the players like I know from Team India, but the way they collaborate and connect with each other in terms of spells after spells, CC control, the crowd controls, and how they do the team fighting, I think is actually much better compared to Team India. Whereas Team India, yes, you have five strong players, but based on the collaborative effort and how they're able to work with one another, it doesn't seem as effective compared to Team Kazakhstan.
Yeah, it's more about the team play,
Correct,
right?
correct.
As opposed to the individual skill of a single, player, right?
Yeah.
I think that the way that they've been able to kind of take them out, again, the players definitely have played with one another. You're seeing that, but also coaching, right?
Correct.
Getting everybody on the same page to ensure that hey, when somebody's going in, we're going in together.
Yeah, and this proves again that team bonding chemistry is very important. Probably another cinema session. You know what I mean?
Many.
I think the story of the day is to really learn about how you can build yourself as an individual and work as a team. But to know how to work as a team, let's check out the interview with Mara and a representative coming in from Kazakhstan.
Team Kazakhstan takes their first win of this tournament, with that being a sweep. Congratulations! Now we're gonna go back to game number one. That was one of the closest games we've seen so far, and the longest for today at over 25 minutes. Even though your opponent got the first Tempest, your team managed to stay patient, control the game, and even got the second Tempest to close it out. Now, how difficult was it in such a long game like 25 minutes to stay patient and wait for the right opportunity to strike?
那么呢，其实是在第一局的时候呢，这一个游戏呢是进行了长达25分钟的时间。那么呢，是什么东西让你们在第一局的时候呢，这第一局会有多困难对你们来说？
第一局对我们来说很困难，就是有一个不服心的心态吧，自己能稳赢那种感觉。
So the first game they feel like it's very difficult, and then they will feel like so they will keep fighting on the first game, and then they believe that they will win the first game. So and then they make it.
And you know what? The first game was different from the second. The second one, you closed it out a lot faster at almost 14 minutes. What allowed Kazakhstan to close it out very quickly and accelerate the game much faster?
那么呢，第二局的情况下呢，相比之下和第一局比起来呢，那个时间呢是缩短了很多，也快速了很多。那是什么技巧让你们可以更快速的去结束这个第二局的这个比赛呢？
对，主要就是第一局比较紧张，第二局就开始放松了，然后就发挥了自己的实力。
So for the first game, they will be a bit nervous, and then for the second game, they will feel like a bit relaxed, and then after that, they win the game.
Now that you have your first win for this tournament, for sure it's going to get easier in terms of releasing the nervousness from here on out. And for sure, your region, Kazakhstan, is so happy with that sweep. What would you like to say to them?
那你有什么话想要对观众说的呢？特别是你的人民、你的国家的观众。
希望有更多的观众支持我们。
So they hope that all the Kazakhstan people can support them and hope them they will win this game.
Once again, congratulations. Great job. Let's talk about that a little bit more. Let's hear from the casters. Lead the gorge.
Thank you so much, Mara, for the fantastic interview as always. Here you can see they did explain on what exactly went down in that game one. It was a 25-minute game, double Tempest Dragon, but they still managed to make it out in I think less of a sweat. But then after in game two, that's where they started to loosen up. They're less, I would say, worried and they're less like nervous. That's the word. And they start to play even better. Every step is more calculated. Every team fight was more complete, which led to Kazakhstan finding a clean victory with a 12-0 score cleanly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that you're kind of seeing that throughout. I mean, if you're looking at, the Indonesian squad as well as the Philippine squad, these guys are very comfortable on stage.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not afraid of the bright lights, right? They're going to come out firing from minute one, right? Some of the other teams might not have had that experience and that advantage, so to speak, so they're playing a little bit more timidly. They're kind of at like a feel-out process, if you
I
will.
don't know if this guy is
Especially when
from
they
India
actually
or
managed
not.
to win
This
that
looks
first
like
game,
an
right?
Indian.
Because they actually pulled off a very intense gameplay where India at first should have win, but it didn't happen that way. And I think that proves something that, okay, you know what, we can do this. This is not as scary as we thought. So the stage fright goes away and they just focus on the gameplay.
Which is true, right? Especially after that game one, it was such a long game, and winning that definitely feels super good, and it serves as a confidence boost, which really allowed Kazakhstan to bolster through this BO2. And so far, gentlemen, we have yet to have a 2-1 or 1-2 series. Every single series has been a 2-0 fashion.
True, but we got to see Tempest Dragons. That's what I wanted to see. That was definitely on the list of things, the bucket list, if you will. But
True.
I mean, we did ask for a 3. Unfortunately, we only got 2 this series. But this is still a great game. I think they're going to go
Yep.
back to that one. There's so much to watch on that one. That was one of the most entertaining games of today.
I agree. Because the game is very refreshing because it's very competitive. It's very close. The fact that the Tempest got stolen and not by a smite but
It's
by a
phone किया
one
गया
and
हमारा
whatnot,
part बहुत बढ़िया
it's
था.
just something very refreshing, and we need to see more of
ये
it.
इनको मैच
And
नहीं
to your
कर
point, right, I think more of these days, it has been the mages who have stole the Tempest
True.
Dragon. Yesterday was
Yeah.
Abdulaziz coming in with the Angela steal.
Oh,
Today it was Harsh coming in from Team India with the Yuhuan steal. So maybe the junglers have to work on their smite coming in for the majority of the games.
Any jungler you would like to call out?
Oh
right
no,
now?
just
Tagi,
majority,
okay?
just majority as a whole.
The stage is yours. Go ahead.
Whichever one you like. Obviously,
But
junglers, you got to do a better job of smiting, huh?
Yeah, that's definitely true, but you know how to smite even better? You need a good device. And talking about device here, we're definitely talking about the official gaming phone of the 2026 Asian Games
That's
Esports
right.
qualifier for Honor of Games. It's proudly sponsored by iQOO15R. Need a device? Check out iQOO15.
Smooth, man. That was
Smooth as
smooth. I liked it. I like it.
It's like the phone.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe this is why I never hit my smites, right? I never hit it the right timing because again, I just need an IQ.
Oh,
Let's
I
play
see.
some.
Is it also age?
Huh?
It's not, you're sure it's not because of age?
Oh,
Let's play some games. 到队伍，就必须三分。而且他个篮的 scout 也高。越来越行。打grande. It's like a YouTube. Oh, oh, that was a movement. Supporting government.
É desse jeito, é desse jeito. Só leva chifre quem não faz amor direito. É desse jeito, é desse jeito. Só leva chifre quem não faz amor direito. Só leva chifre quem não faz amor direito. E faz um. Esse é ruim, quase não satisfaz. Mas hoje eu tô vendo a falta que ela me faz. Camisinha é ruim, quase não satisfaz. Mas hoje eu tô vendo a falta que ela me faz. Eu camisinha é ruim, quase não satisfaz. seu ó.
Oh,
E como ficar rico se nós. Mais um. Como ficar rico se nós tem. Como ficar rico se nós tem pensão demais? Eu vou lá no salvo, me chama de pai. Na igrejinha me chama de pai. Seu.
hello. Phone आ रहा है? सुन रहा था क्या? सुन रहा था? तो साढ़े में वही लाइव स्ट्रीम करना था एचओके का, तो मेरे को वॉच पार्टी करना था एशियन गेम्स का। लॉर्ड और किसको लेने गए?
C'est ce que je représente. Qui je suis, putain. Va falloir que je me lève. Que je recommence à zéro.
ओ भाई कितने किल कर रही है आवाज नहीं है By looking quite अगर आगे जाओ क्या गधा टाइप इंसान है भाई ये पूरा दुनिया अलग ही लेवल का Yeah. तो ये क्या लैग था थोड़ी टू सेकेंड वेट गाइस ड्रैगन आया ये वाला ड्रैगन बहुत अच्छा है अरे लोग खेलते ही जाएंगे अरे ना Hey. अरे भाई कौन सा आ गया
अरे स्टार्ट कर यार।
भाई तो बहुत टाइम लग जाएगा। ए बैठ। Dulu kamu gini. मतलब इसका अटैक रेट बढ़ जाएगा तो मुश्किल है। I think like what? अरे बीसी ये कहाँ से किधर से टपक क्या बोला इधर करते भाई भाई लगेगा और ये भी से and you can even subscribe this channel and like the stream. हाँ बेटी if you know then please subscribe this channel and if you learn more then play HOK in description link है you can join for community. I don't know about game पे जब रहता हूँ मैंने फोकस नहीं कर पाता सही मैं बोल रहा हूँ no fuck Oh, fuck. হ্যালো হ্যালো তোমাদের ওখানে কি খুব নিচু নাকি স্যার রোদ নয় अच्छा अरे भाई यस बहुत ज्यादा ही रोड दिन तुमको नहीं दिख रहा है देख रहे हो? बहुत ज्यादा आर्टिफिशियल है आर्टिफिशियल सन है आला नहीं निशा बोल रहा है The sound is not good, but the voice is bad, huh? क्या बोल रहे हैं? अरे भाई कोई तो जाओ नो इश्यू पकड़ रहा है साला ये हाई हाई उसी को पकड़ रहा है जो पीछे से डैमेज देगा उसको नहीं पकड़ रहा है उंदू गई का मैचेस खत्म हो जा रहा है तो क्या ही बोलूं इंडिया का मैच खत्म हो गया तो व्यूअरशिप डाउन हो रहा है धीरे धीरे थोड़ा थोड़ा करके अरे भाई मारो उसको आ गया नहीं भाई, अरे ये टारगेट कर दिया था, बुरा बंदा है। आई स्ट्रीम नहीं करूंगा वैसे भी, सब चाहिए भाई को। भाई बैक गेंदी। Hello, champions. Wicket most nice. Yeah, let's continue the stream, guys. Let's go fuck up now. Got a lot of trying with this guys and West Bengal number 1. Why India का था? Pretty लड़ गया. Good time to having a lunch. Very nice starting.
Let's go, Sampath.
By the way, HOK Studio का लिंक भी है डिस्क्रिप्शन में ओपन करो. चलो.